bit about your job and job life right now, without giving away any trade secrets?
Okay, so I'm working for a company called Altran as an embedded systems and embedded software consultant. And what that means is I get to work with a lot of different companies on different projects, and it also gives me an option to choose the projects that I want or choose the projects that I want. So for starters, I am now working on a project for ASML. So we are a team of 4 people, and what we are trying to do is we are trying to do some software engineering tasks. So they have this big software component that they have been building since a very long time, and it's become like this one monolithic, big, massive component, and they wanted to break down into smaller modules that can be replaced, or it can work in a plug and play in
I
plug
see.
and play way.
I see. So you're enjoying your job that way, and you like the team that you're working with and all that.
Yeah, yeah. But now because of this COVID-19
Yeah.
situation,
COVID-19 is the black swan that nobody,
yeah, because it's kind of strange because I started the job in the first week of March,
I see. I see.
and in the second week of March we were working from home.
Right.
So
Right.
I've been
Okay.
stuck at home for like since March 10th
I
or 12th.
see. I see. Cool.
So I basically work in theoretical mathematics, but I have to teach mathematics students, etc. And you're talking about all these very interesting connections, real life applications, and this partnership with industry, etc. Can you say a word about how mathematics training, and this is for mathematics students perhaps, like how mathematics training in mathematics and having a mathematics degree can help in the future, and in these sort of in doing what you do kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. I'll say that because one of my subjects, systems and control, I did my master's in that. And I was working with this electrical engineering department, and all of my professors and all of my supervisors there were mathematicians. So there's a lot of math that goes into systems and control, especially when things like robust control and things come in. So we had a very strong technical training on stuff like linear algebra and calculus. Uh, which really helps in the kind of work that we were doing.
I see.
So
That's heartening to hear. Yeah.
So mathematics is very important, especially when it comes to control systems and systems in control. In terms of real life examples, even the modeling of the infectious disease project that we did, that was again in a class on nonlinear dynamics given by a mathematician. So
I see. That's great. I see.
it's extremely important, especially in our university. We are our university is kind of there are a lot of mathematical things that are happening, and even like even like MATLAB is supposed to be like the second language of Dutch people, especially in Eindhoven. That's what everyone says.
I see.
Yeah, great to learn that. What is your suggestion for today's young minds, young students? What is your suggestion for them in general, right? Like from having, gone through the experience that you have, and from, the position you're in right now, what is the suggestion when you look back, especially at how you were during your BTech maybe or something like that? What is the suggestion you want to give?
To be honest, I would say one suggestion will be to get really hands-on with computers and programming and stuff like that, because I don't know where I would be without knowing how to do programming. Because most of the things which I'm doing, wherever it comes in the electronics field or the mechatronics or the mechanical field, I'm writing software. Even though I do not really have a technical education in computer science, I am writing software for and doing computer science things in these
Very important point.
mechanical
So it's
mechatronics.
kind of an indispensable kind of a skill
It's
that
an
you.
indispensable. It's like a necessary tool that needs to be taught in schools. It's not being taught currently, but
Yeah,
it's something that you need to be comfortable with.
I see. So where do they start? Let's say they can start with one thing. Where do they start? What programming do they start with?
I don't know if you've been taught like C++ in school, keep continuing with that. Another easy way to start is I would say Python, because it's a very simplified way of programming.
I see.
So you can start programming that.
I
But
see.
as long as you're comfortable working with computers, you're comfortable working with programming languages or different softwares, that is a key skill which will be required in anywhere you go.
I'm a first year IT student. I'm interested in programming and DSA. I don't know what DSA stands for. Maybe data structures and algorithms. How should I get into machine learning and robotics? I'm new to programming and interested in AI and ML.
I think the first thing that you can start with is pick up a microcontroller or some kind of a board, like an Arduino or Raspberry Pi or something like that, and see how you can program that to do simple tasks like light up an LED or run a motor in a particular direction and stuff like that. So once you are capable of reading data from a sensor and pushing data to a motor and making it move, that means you got a simple robot. Then you can work on your software skills and write programs based on that. So I think
Start in the
the
smallest way possible with an
start with the
accessible.
small steps.
Yeah, yeah, great answer. So I think that brings us to an hour of talking to you and understanding a lot of things. Actually, we covered everything from what it is like to get into a university in Netherlands to what are the tech companies and the different regions, to how is the work life balance and what Dutch people and culture and society are like, and also the projects that you've done, the interesting things, and we've learned really a lot today. How can someone in India get involved in such projects in order to increase chances of admit to good universities?
I think one of the starting points for me was getting involved in the robotics team of my university during my bachelor's. So I think just join a team, and that should be kind of what's enough to push you forward.
Yeah, and I would also like to answer this question from Aditya. So what we are trying to do at STEMnet is also trying to bring industry experts like Aditya, I mean Aditya Kamath, and to offer interesting projects in various fields like robotics, for example, right? So that is also something that people can pursue, because okay, sure, with college teams and all that, you can go and build things, but maybe getting hold of an expert who has worked on these things, who can dedicatedly spend time with you, guiding you, is not so easy to get, to be frank. And that's what we are trying to solve for. So stay tuned if you're interested. And if I think Aditya, I think where Aditya comes from, NITK already has a robotics team, and they do stuff and stuff like that. So I think you're on a good path to getting where you want to get to. Any next steps also, like being in a college robotics team is enough to get noticed, let's say, by international college admission committees?
I would say that it gives you the skills that's required for international colleges, because it helps you get into it helps you working with teams. It helps you working in a disciplined, structured manner. It gives you skills. It allows you to apply the skills that you're learning in college. And I think universities abroad are looking for this. I cannot speak for the US at all because I did not apply to the US
Uh,
at all.
I could kind of speak for the US because I did my master's there, and I think that is exactly what they look for too, right? They're more interested in you as an individual, what you've gone and done, what things you've learned, what are the different skills you've probably learned, and what are the things you've demonstrated, right? They're also, they care about hands-on experience quite a lot. and varied experience. They're not looking for somebody who's just I mean, I wouldn't say they're not looking for that, because I'm not any university admissions committee, but they really prefer those people who have this kind of hands-on varied experience, and uh, can build things, work with people, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So thank you so much, Aditya, for really
Thanks for having me.
yes, for really enlightening us when it comes to Netherlands and the robotics field itself, and studies in that field. Thank you again, and we'll be in touch with you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you everybody for attending this. We will see you around.